Hello and welcome to the February 8th episode of This Week in Kirkland, the official podcast of the City of Kirkland, bringing you timely topics and noteworthy news delivered to you every week. I'm your host, Jim Lopez, one of two deputy city managers here at the city, joined today by two members of our podcast team.
Kate Ryan.
And David Wolbrag.
As well as our special guest, welcome Randy Scott of the Kirkland Fire Department.
Hi, Jim.
It's great to have you here, my friend. And we're very interested to hear about National Burn Awareness Week. But before we do, here are the topics we're covering this week.
Yep, we've got a few announcements, including Wheels and Reels. Drive-in movies are coming back.
Woohoo!
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Totem Lake Connector Bridge won an award. A few of our council members attended a mini community police academy and proclaiming Black History Month in Kirkland.
Nice.
Plus, we've got helpful info on learning CPR at a free class hosted by Kirkland Fire, using our new mapping tool to help us prioritize transportation projects.
Love a great mapping tool, David.
I know you do, Jim. Just wait. How to dispose paint properly and how to love on your pets this Valentine's Day.
And we'll help you catch up with the latest city council meeting as well. But first, our big story of the week. Are you a Kirkland business or want to be a Kirkland business and have an awesome idea and need someone to hear you out? Well, the Small Business Pitch Workshop and Competition is here, a 5-week workshop covering basics of business, marketing strategies, and pitch preparation.
Wow.
Isn't that
Yeah.
cool? And it all culminates to the big pitch competition itself, April 3rd at Kirkland Performance
Oh,
Center.
that's a great venue for this.
Yes. And the whole community is invited to attend and hear these.
Awesome. And now, do I hear this right? There's a chance to win $5,000?
Yeah, $5,000.
Kind of various categories.
That's real
And Jim,
prize money.
rumor
Yeah.
has it you're involved a little bit.
I
in the
am. I'll be teaching
curriculum?
one of the classes,
Oh, okay.
Nice.
which will be fun and irreverent.
Yeah, well, sounds insightful. So hurry up and register by February 16th. There's still a few spots left, I think.
This
so.
is not, if you have a
Great.
business and you're interested in
Yeah,
doing this kind of stuff, it is not an event not to be missed.
absolutely.
So imagine you're out with your family or friends and suddenly someone stops breathing normally or their heart has stopped. Would you know what to do?
Well, Randy would.
Randy would.
Yeah, Randy
Yes.
would.
Randy's looking at me like, yes.
Yeah. Next question. I think I know what to do, but I actually would feel really hesitant to do it.
Well, you can come and learn at a free in-person CPR class for community members hosted by the Kirkland Fire Department.
Hey, all right. Yeah, so Kirkland Fire is partnering with Medic One Foundation to provide free CPR classes to community members, kicking it off this February 21st. And,
Oh, this is
and,
so
Yeah,
great.
this will be happening every few months. So
Yeah,
Oh,
very,
nice.
very good. Not only is it stunning, convenient, and fun, but the Totem Lake Connector Bridge is also award-winning, and this is no surprise.
right?
Yep.
Yeah. So this past week, Kirkland's iconic Totem Lake Connector Bridge received a 2024 Washington Engineering Excellence Award from the American Council of Engineering Companies.
Boom.
Now, I hear this is considered the Academy,
Academy
Awards
Awards.
of Engineering.
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
that's great. So these prestigious awards offer engineers well-deserved recognition for their accomplishments and contributions in the field of engineering.
We have to find out if they gave like a speech.
Do we
have to find that out.
I don't know, but I
With
hope
the,
that
Did the music play
The
them
music,
off?
yeah.
Yeah.
exactly like that.
That would be my hope. That would be my hope.
Right? Yeah, and so the award description did emphasize that the bridge beautifully symbolizes a connection between the community and nature.
Indeed.
And, fun fact, Kate?
Well, the bridge is actually the inspiration for our very own podcast logo.
That's right.
And there's a rumor that maybe someday we'll have that logo on a coffee mug.
Ooh, mugs.
Okay.
If you want to
Okay.
experience both the image of the bridge and the
Yeah.
This Week in
There
Kirkland.
Maybe
you
we
go.
have to give them as swag to our special guests.
Yeah, maybe that's now Randy's
will-
looking at me.
Yeah, we'll follow up with
Please,
you.
where's the coffee mug? All right, well, soon to follow. So we've got a cool new map to collect community feedback on transportation projects, and it's available this month only.
That's right. So the city is updating our transportation strategic plan, and this includes a big list of projects that we will be doing over a 20-year
Wow, 20
period.
years. Wow,
Yeah, and that's a big body of work. So to help us prioritize the many projects, we're asking the community to provide ideas, comments, and suggestions, and you can do that right on this new interactive map.
Yeah, and it looks
Super
like it's
easy.
available
Yeah.
through the end of February.
Exactly. Yeah,
February
yeah. And so get on the city's website and you can find it and give us your feedback.
Great stuff.
And it is easy to use, and it's super neat.
Yeah,
cool.
super neat.
So February is Black History Month, and please join us in commemorating the countless contributions of Black people in our region, our nation, and around the world. The council proclaimed February 2024 as Black History Month in Kirkland.
And you can learn more through the National Museum of African American History and Culture website and read more about that resource and the history of the commemoration in our proclamation on the city's website.
It's really great. So the mayor also proclaimed both Lunar New Year and Day of Remembrance of Japanese American incarceration for February 10th and February 19th, respectively. This all happened at this week's council meeting. And here's what else happened at the meeting.
On the business agenda, the council decided to proceed with another pedestrian crossing along 100th Avenue Northeast in the middle of the block between 140th Street and 140th Place. So adding an extra pedestrian crossing to this project based off of engineering analysis, a lot of community input, and staff recommendations.
Yeah, and if you tune in and watch the video, you can see there's a really clear presentation about what they're considering doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Council adopted a temporary moratorium on new dwelling units on Goat Hill. These are things like accessory dwelling units, standalone houses, and apartments. This gives the city more time to study environmental and access issues and potentially craft new development regulations.
And it's important to note,
Yes.
Kate, that the moratorium only applies to projects that have not yet been submitted for a complete building permit application.
And the council also gave feedback on an upcoming community survey about the 2023 parks ballot measures. So tune in for that. Now, before the business agenda, there was a study session, and that included an update on the Cascade Water Alliance water supply negotiations.
As well as a project update on the third neighborhood greenway in design, Stores to Shores.
And a briefing on a new program for decorative pavement markings in the city's streets and sidewalks. A reminder that council meetings are streamed live and are available after the fact on the city's YouTube channel, Facebook page, and city website.
Yes, and speaking of our council, many Kirkland council members got their learning on at a special community police academy. Now, as some listeners might know, the Community Police Academy is a 7-week program offered by the Kirkland Police Department to community members every year.
That's right, yeah. And so this was a special 2-day accelerated course for the council.
Yeah, they got to learn about the inner workings of the KPD and what officers encounter every day as they serve our community, including things like de-escalation, a mock investigation, use of force tactics, and they even got to watch footage from a KPD drone that was used recently to arrest a robbery suspect.
Very cool.
Yeah, it sounds like really an amazing experience.
Yeah, very immersive.
Immersive experience. People are interested. Sure, we're going to have some information in the show notes.
Absolutely. And Kirkland Police is just such a great department, big enough to have specialty units, but small enough to feel like family.
Yeah. And I have to ask Randy when, Randy, you're on, like, I thought the fire department has a drone too. Do you guys have a
Yes,
drone?
we do.
You do?
Yes. We implemented it about the same time.
Same time?
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really great.
Very helpful.
So do you have leftover paint and not sure what to do with it? Well, don't put paint in containers in the garbage, and don't pour paint down the drain, and do not rinse it in the street or storm drain.
Gosh, that's a lot of
It's a lot of no's.
Yeah, we led with a lot of don'ts. Well, what you can do,
Tell us what we can do,
yeah,
Kate.
there we go.
you can consider giving it away or donating it for reuse. And you can recycle at free drop-off paint care locations. And we'll have more details on the show notes on
Very
those.
cool.
Yeah. So if you're looking for something to do with your pet this Valentine's Day, we're here for you.
Yeah, you can think about making a paw print of your dear cat or dog or other pet, canary, I don't know, whatever you got.
Okay.
So super easy to do. It's a fun craft activity, especially with kids too. You can use plaster of Paris, clay, or even just Play-Doh. It's a great way to connect with your pets and also have something to remind you of them.
That's really sweet. Well, another way to show love is by keeping them safe. And you can do that by getting your pet licensed to ensure they make it home safely if you are ever separated.
This is super, super important. If you do have a pet and it's not licensed,
Get it licensed today.
let's get that licensed. So if you're looking for something else to do on Valentine's Day, perhaps you should check out the Juanita Beach cleanup.
That's right. Show some love to Juanita Beach Park by helping make the beloved beach park a beautiful and safe place to visit on Valentine's Day.
Very nice. And then we have Wheels and Reels drive-in movie series returning this season.
Oh, what's the movie?
Yeah, Black Panther Wakanda
so
Forever.
good.
Yeah, it's going to be February 24th at Juanita Beach Park.
And I have to say, I've taken to like listening to movie soundtracks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the great composers of our time.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
composing for movies. The Wakanda soundtrack is just fantastic.
Oh, it's a good one.
It's
Yeah, it
really
is.
good.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Highly recommend the movie and the soundtrack.
There you
Well,
go.
there
How
you
about that?
Hey.
And that brings us to 5 and 5. 5 questions, 5 minutes, approximately, with our special guest. Welcome, Randy Scott.
Thanks for having me.
Randy and I go way back. So what's your actual role with the city right now?
So my official role is a fire captain assigned to the EMS division.
Okay. What does that encompass, or what does that all involve?
So it really involves everything emergency medical services related, from Band-Aids all the way to training.
Wow.
Oh, got it.
Okay, wow.
Very
So
good.
I oversee all of that.
So you're responsible
Gosh,
for the
yeah.
full spectrum of how we deliver that care.
Correct.
Okay, so how'd you come to Kirkland? And this is like not by train or car.
Right.
It was by truck.
Back in the day, what brought you to the city of Kirkland?
I was wanting to become a professional firefighter.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Where were you?
I was in Southern California, LA, Los Angeles.
nice.
Okay.
Go Lakers.
Yeah, Randy, we got to
That was
talk
for
about
Jim. That was for
because
Jim.
I'm suspecting this is during the Bird Magic era.
Oh, it was Showtime.
yeah, it was Showtime.
I grew up in Showtime.
Okay. all
And,
right.
you know, I'm not, listen, was there a better time in the history of basketball? No. I'm just going to
Oh,
say that.
it was. I think it changed the
game.
Yeah, very much so.
So you were living in Showtime, Laker,
Oh.
LA.
Wow.
Tinseltown, Hollywood.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of it.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so then
Cut to Kirkland.
cut to Kirkland.
I know.
How do we get from the Magic Lakers up to
Yeah.
the Seattle Sonic line?
I had a family member live up here, and we came up and visited, and I loved it.
Nice.
The mistake was I came up in August,
Yeah.
middle of summer,
Yeah.
the best time to
It'll
come,
Best
entice
time.
you. Yeah.
and I moved in March.
Yep.
It snowed. I think the second day I was here.
Right.
Yep. That sounds
Like,
familiar.
What did I do?
An LA kid didn't know how to put chains on my car.
Oh, that's too
driving
funny.
in the snow. It was
But
quite
you
the adventure.
stayed.
I stayed.
You stayed.
Yeah.
So what was your first fire department role?
I was a volunteer firefighter
Oh, great.
with the city
Wow.
of Kirkland.
Yeah.
They had just opened up the volunteer station, Station 24,
Yeah.
up on Finn Hill, and that was my first assignment.
Is that right?
Yes.
Wow.
So cool.
So Randy, you've been here a little while.
Yes, sir.
What have you experienced some of the really nice things about the city that you would like to tell us about?
We are known for the boulevard. It's called the Boulevard, Lake Washington Boulevard.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So
It's the
beautiful.
access to the lake. I think that's the best part of Kirkland.
And the
Absolutely.
city leadership was so visionary in preserving so much of the access to the lake for the community. It's really a signature part of who we are as a city. And driving down that boulevard and experiencing the lake
Yeah, or
and the
walking,
mountains,
strolling, biking.
biking,
Gorgeous.
really is a wonderful thing.
No, it's great. I really enjoy it. I'm thankful.
So, Randy, you're here to talk about National Burn Awareness Week.
Yes. The American Burn Association
Yeah.
declares middle of February Burn Awareness Week.
Yeah.
And this year they're highlighting burns associated with flammable liquids.
Oh, golly.
Aside from cooking or scalding or anything, it's flammable liquids such as gasoline.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they want you to be aware to how to store.
Yeah,
how
what
to
should
fill.
we be doing?
Yeah.
Like, what's the protocol?
They want you to store in approved containers, labeled for gasoline. You should store in cabinets that protect against flammable liquids.
Yeah.
But we normally don't. I mean,
Yeah.
the average house owner has a container in their garage shed.
Yeah.
The big-
Unprotected. Just sitting
unprotected.
there.
Just to be aware that it's in a container that's
Yeah.
identified.
Okay.
And the other part too, they talk about like in the summer for some of us who still have gas powered
Oh, yeah.
lawn equipment
Yeah.
is to fill the equipment when the engine is not hot.
Oh,
Because if you have spillage, that's when the
sure.
time
they can.
that can flame up.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's like storage, best practices in storage
Correct.
of flammables,
Yeah.
and then best practices in when you interact with gas
Yeah.
Yeah.
or other flammables, how to do it.
Yeah, there's a great resource. The American Burn Association is a great resource for that. And then the Washington State Council of Firefighters has a Burn Foundation as well
Okay.
that talks about education and prevention.
Oh, bravo.
Great. Okay.
Now, I have to say, I am one of those folks that does have an electric lawnmower. And it's
Good for
really
you.
great.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go.
But one of the things that struck me is it still is noisy. I thought it'd be a little more quiet.
But it's maybe safer.
Maybe
you don't
safer.
have, you
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's part of the reason why I got it. I didn't want to deal with oil changes.
Yeah.
Forgive me, but.
Well, there's now battery powered.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Not even a cord.
Oh, no, mine
Yeah.
is battery powered.
Yeah,
I'm
battery
sorry.
It's like
powered.
full
Yeah.
battery.
Yeah.
It's not
It's,
like
a,
a
it's
cord.
battery.
Yeah, battery powered.
Battery electric. Yeah. We should
Yeah,
be
there was a
clear.
time way back when I think the county or the state might have been offering free electrical lawnmowers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think the mid to late 90s.
It's interesting, Randy, because right now we have a really big initiative going on electric leaf blowers, battery-powered
Yes.
leaf blowers. So we're really moving to try to change the technology
That's right.
around all of this. And
Yeah.
it has the residual benefit of not having to worry about a can of gasoline in your garage.
Correct.
Yeah, there you go.
I will go ahead and say, though, I have every expectation that the listeners of this podcast will be appropriately storing their flammable liquids.
It's a good week to take stock of that, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes,
That's right.
It's a good week. Yes.
Do you have a favorite movie, show, or book that you're watching you want to tell us about?
Well, we have several.
Yeah,
but the one that sticks out for us, my wife and I, got totally immersed in
Yes, tell us.
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso.
So we are big Ted Lasso fans.
Oh, so good.
I totally love that.
So good.
Such a creative show.
Yeah.
And the whole premise of the football coach going to coach soccer, like, I think coaching is just such a transferable skill. It's all about leadership. And
Right,
It's great.
Yes.
Man. And the
So
show
good.
does that so well.
No, the
Do you want
one.
to go to like London now?
Yeah. Oh, we got hooked on biscuits.
Did you really?
Business with the boss.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
biscuits.
we found the recipe online,
Did you really?
and we made biscuits during the holidays.
Love that.
Oh, it's
cool.
all
How'd they turn out?
butter.
It's all butter.
It's all butter.
So you know why they're so good.
Yes. But I think it's more not phases, just the frame of mind.
Yeah.
Is to be positive and treat everybody with respect and really give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a really wonderful way of kind of summarizing some of the great things about that show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the soccer is fun too. So Randy, will you stick around for our pop quiz?
Sure.
we have
I
a-
didn't know there was going to be a quiz.
Well, you don't have to answer it.
Yeah.
We have multiple choice trivia, and one of these answers blares the siren of truth, while the other two are back at the station, meaning we just made them up. So option A, the fastest ambulance in service is Dubai's Hypersport Responder with a speed of 245.4 miles per hour.
Oh, jeez.
Randy, ever drive something like that?
Holy cow.
No comment.
That's bringing EMS to a whole new level of
Yeah.
service.
Yeah.
Yeah, jeez.
Option B is Princess Margaret, Countess of Snowdon, drove military ambulances during World War II.
Wow. There
okay.
you go.
That's interesting.
Okay.
And option C, you bought the whole seat, but you only need the edge. That's right. Ambulance Supercross is coming to Peter Kirk Park on Sunday.
That's not true.
I was like, Randy, are you driving?
So the answer is A.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. That's a little surprising.
So the Hypersport Responder is ostensibly designed to quickly reach patients in remote areas. However, it accelerates from 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, and it also appeared in Fast and Furious 7.
Oh, interesting.
That
Now-
is a fast response.
Now, Randy, I know you have a super cool car, but 2.8 seconds?
Buddy.
That's for real. That's for real. So, very interesting. But did you know Princess Margaret's sister, not yet Queen Elizabeth, repaired and drove ambulances and other large trucks in World War II?
There we
Wouldn't
go.
surprise
How
me.
about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Fascinating.
Thank you, Randy Scott, for being on the podcast.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks
we'd
for
love-
having me.
Yeah, we'd love to have you back.
Don't forget to reserve your spots for Wheels and Reels.
And that does it for this week, my friends. You've been listening to This Week in Kirkland. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Special thanks to Anthony Girardi, Chris Peterson, and Sue Romero for their behind-the-scenes magic.
Thank you.
Our next episode is February 15th. And until then,
Stay connected,
Kirkland.